Hello and welcome to another model building workshop. I'm Mr. Allen, coming to you on behalf of the Community Libraries of Providence, and today we're looking at the 1/48 scale Mitsubishi A6M2 Zero fighter, the Zeke. And this is the Tamiya kit. It's been around quite a while. It's a veteran model kit, and it's one of the great ones. It's been out for a long time. And we're going to have a look at this one. In a recent episode, we looked at one from Fujimi, and now we're going to look at the Tamiya one. So here's a finished example of one. The definition of a clean, sleek Japanese fighter plane from World War II. I mean, this is it. It's the Zero. It's the plane everybody knows from World War II, from Japan. Yeah. So this is the early version of the Zero. This is the one that was seen at Pearl Harbor and at Midway. That's the M2 version, the earlier one. So here's the instruction sheet. Typical of the Tamiya kit. It's got a nice long history of the aircraft here. Quite a lot. Assembly instructions are really quite nice for this kit, because they generally are for Tamiya. This is an older kit. A bit of history here. So it's a very straightforward build. And you have a few options, but not a whole lot to this kit. You know, you got the optional drop tank, which I think most people will probably put that on. Wheels can be up or down. I know when I built these with kids at the library, a lot of kids like doing the wheels up version. Well, for two reasons. One, it's simpler, and two, the fun of having it in flight mode just looks really cool. You can pose the canopy, the glass open or closed. You get that option. Unfortunately, with this kit, you cannot, well, the flaps are not posable unless you were to saw them and cut them and adjust them yourself. So that would be an issue. Good painting instructions here. And it comes with a number of options. Quite a few. I'll go at the bottom here. Oops, kind of a famous plane from the carrier Akagi from Pearl Harbor. You've got some other here, some land-based aircraft from the Tainan Air Corps. You have the plane of fighter ace Saburo Sakai, who survived the war and wrote a book about it. Yeah, his autobiography is really interesting. If you haven't read that and you're interested in aerial combat in World War II, his book is interesting to read. We've got some others here from different islands throughout the Pacific. We have one from Warrant Officer Tetsuzo Iwamoto from Rabaul. If you look at that, he's got a lot of victories on his plane, as you can see. And Tiger Corps at the Kagoshima base, and also from 1944. So the later ones ended up getting the late war painting scheme of the dark green over the gray, and the early ones had this light gray or gray-green color that was typical of the planes that were launched off the carriers. Tended to have this kind of gray-green color from the coating they would wax on the aircraft to protect it from the salt air. And of course the black or blackish blue cowling, which is common for the Mitsubishi planes at the time. Now I ended up doing mine with a different decal set. Not that there's anything wrong with what's offered here. These are all really great planes, but I wanted to do one from the carrier Hiryu. That's what I have here with the two blue stripes. And you could look at these different codes. There's a lot to that, and I'll show you a book about that in a second. But what it explains is, you know, if you can look at that, it says B2 and then a plane number 140 after that. So the B2 would mean carrier group 2. Carrier group 2 is B, and this is the second carrier of carrier group B, which was the Hiryu. I believe Soryu was B1. Akagi was A1 and Kaga was A2, and it goes down the line from there, so you can kind of break down where they went. What also would be the case with the carriers were the colors. So the Akagi, here we go, we've got some stuff here. Let's use these. So the Akagi had, which is A1, had a red stripe. You can see this is A1, and they've got that on the decal sheet here if you wanted to do that one. So that's the first carrier of the first group, and it's got a single red stripe. If it was the Kaga, it would have two red stripes, and so forth. So these are some of the different decal options that are out there for some of these different kits. Yeah, I think this is a lot of different stuff. So there's not really a lot of parts to this aircraft. You can see through this kind of a cloudy bag here. Comes with a pilot figure, two sets of glass. If you want it, the open canopy or a closed canopy, you can do that with it. And then you get your two fuselage halves and the wing. At least the bottom is one solid span there. The top wings will just go on top of that. So yeah, this is a very easy to build. Oops, as I knock everything everywhere. Easy to build, very beautiful looking model kit. This is one I have worked with youth from the library on, which they've enjoyed it. It's not that complicated, really. If you got kids that are old enough and skilled enough and have a few models under their belt, they could probably handle this. As I've mentioned in a previous episode, the seaplane version, the roof, is also a really good one to use for kids, because it you know, you kind of get rid of the whole undercarriage issue if it's a problem, although you can easily put this wheels up, which makes it simple too. But I found the pontoon kind of intrigued kids, and that wasn't a bad option for kids at all. But anyway, this is the old 1970s era Tamiya Zero kit, which is a fun, fast, like a weekend kind of model to build. And as you saw in the box, it's got a lot of different painting options, so you could really do a lot with this kit, between the green or the gray versions. Now let's take a look at some of these here in these books here. Japanese aircraft, World War II. There's one here from Hiryu. Hiryu was the last carrier to go down during the Battle of Midway. Some other options of what these things can look at like. Now in the Type 2, this is the starts early in the war, and a lot of these are still hanging on in some of those islands to the end of the war. Another great book is this one here in this set. Japanese military aircraft. This one is just carrier-based aircraft. There's a lot to this series. It's a really good one if you're serious about Japanese aircraft. Although what this book does, this book basically talks about painting and markings. So if you're looking for the technical history of the aircraft, this really wouldn't be your book. There's many books out there that talk about, the technical data, the speeds, etc. of these aircraft and the history. But this book is about units and unit markings for the planes. So this, we're on a section here, it's just about the carrier Hiryu and the planes that were on Hiryu. And it goes throughout this book of different carriers and what was on them and what they look like. For example, here's Zuikaku, and in their case, they had white stripes. And they were E2, so that was in the series. It's way down the line. A, B, C, D, and this E. This is like the fourth group, and it's the second carrier of the fourth group. So, and they used white. Anyway, so that is a look at the Japanese Zero Type 2 from Tamiya. All right, we hope to see you in the next model building workshop. Keep on building. We'll see you soon.